Welcome to today's Trekzone live stream. I'm Matt Miller at Trekzone HQ. I'm very excited this morning or evening, wherever you're watching us, because it's with absolute pleasure that I bring you the world premiere of Gary Davis's fan film, 5 years in the making, Redemption at Red Medusa. It's live and exclusive this morning on Trekzone. Before we get there, though, let's look back from idea to premiere. Gary joined me back in March for the first look at the trailer for this awesome fan film. Welcome to the show. Fan Films Done Right continues for the month of March 2019, and today's guest is Mr. Gary Davis. Gary, thanks for coming back to Trekzone.
Oh, thank you for having me, Matt.
Now, a little birdie tells me that you've got a trailer you'd like to premiere on the show.
Yes, this is our Redemption at Red Medusa. This is a production that's 5 years in the making. This was the production that we were supposed to follow our premiere episode of Haunted with, but all of our production issues and the sets not being available, we had to delay that. Well, finally there's a set, and we shot our production 4 days worth, and I put together a trailer to hopefully get some people excited about it.
Well, let's check out that trailer right now.
In a remote area of space, the ship responds to a distress signal and is attacked by an unknown enemy.
And you know the rest. It took Dominion 6 months to get to space dock with the help of the Exeter and the Farragut. I've been studying these records. They're so complete, so concise, but what? But they don't tell me what the hell really happened.
Are we about to fly into the same trap, sir?
We've arrived at our destination. Wouldn't it be proper to enlighten us at this time?
There have been reports of large amount of ships disappearing in this sector.
Captain, the signal, the frequency, is the same as the one Commodore Grissom responded to before he was ambushed.
Entering neutral zone.
We've got company, sir.
On screen. Magnify. Report!
Sir, the torpedoes originated inside the nebula.
Gary, that looks absolutely amazing. And I believe that you went down and you shot at the Neutral Zone studio.
Yes, the newly minted Neutral Zone. We were down there for 4 days with cast calls at 7 o'clock in the morning, and we were shooting 12-hour days, 8-hour days, and the last day was a 6-hour day. But what I was really happy with is we got every single shot that we wrote down. So I was really, really happy with the crew and the cast and everybody that came out to help.
It's a fantastic feeling, isn't it, when you come to the completion? They're long days, they're hard, they're stressful. Sometimes they can get a bit irritating, but at the end of the day, you walk away with a 100% shot rate.
Right.
It's a beautiful feeling, isn't it?
Oh gosh, yeah. I'm just lucky that I've got 2 production partners. Dominion Media is now a triumvirate. So it's myself and Randy or David Wren and a newcomer, Michael Klug of KP Films. He's our director of photography. So the 3 of us, it's great working with 2 people that don't have egos and aren't pushy. So the 3 of us can do all these shots, and it's we listen to each other's input, and we just got it done. It was just amazing.
A couple of your vignettes that did come out introduced some new characters as well, and your beautiful wife is your comm officer.
Yes,
and she's back.
Oh gosh, yes. And Tracy was when we were driving down, she said she wanted to step up her game, and she wanted to really put some feeling and some acting into her lines, and I think she nailed it. So there's one line in the trailer, and she's quite proud of her performance. I was just happy as punch and proud as anything, because I got my wife involved in fan films and she likes it.
I think that's an ultimate nerd goal, isn't it? To get your better half involved in your fantasy.
Oh gosh, yes, and she is a trooper. So she puts up with the 12-hour drive down to Georgia and staying in the hotel and long days, and she's just there. She puts up with me, and then she sits down and gives a great performance, and it's an all around just great win.
Now, obviously, little bits and pieces of Redemption are coming together in the edit now.
Yes.
What's it like? I know that you've done plenty of fan films in the past, but seeing this new one coming together, how's it feeling as you're cutting it together?
Oh, I want to use the word overwhelming, but then again, it's just outstanding, because we've got all of this footage and the cast that came together. Plus, we just put out a general call for extras, and people just showed up. What's amazing is, we met 2 new individuals who joined our cast right there and then. We had nothing planned for them, but just their enthusiasm and their presence, they just became part of the show. So that's awesome to see all this come together. So not only was everything that we planned there, but things we didn't have planned. And matter of fact, we have 3 more pickup shots that we have to do. And one of the young ladies who showed up as an extra, she's going to be an integral part of one of the pickup shots.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Another random guy, he makes Romulan helmets. And I go, well, wait a minute, I need Romulans in my ship. So it's just amazing that people come out to help, with no expectations at all, and they just become an integral part of what you're doing. And that's the outstanding feeling when I see this footage. It's like, wow, I didn't plan that, but it came out that great.
So the spirit of fan films is still very much alive then, Gary?
Oh, gosh, yes. I'm in charge, so to speak, even though I've got my triumvirate there, and everybody looks at me like I'm supposed to know what I'm doing. But I had lots of people come up and just thank me for the opportunity to do this and the energy, and people that have been doing fan films forever for other productions. They just said, this is great. It's fun. It's getting back to the basics, and it brought a geek tear to my eye sometimes. And those people just brought it with their performance. And Randy Wren, he is my casting director, and he cast some real live actors, people that have done this before. I swear I felt like a 5 at a Miss America pageant, but they just brought it. But they were the most patient people that I have ever met. And, they had lines that they just knew backwards and forwards, and it was just an awesome experience.
It's a little bit daunting at the start there, isn't it? When you're directing actors and they're all looking at you, waiting for direction.
Yes, but that's the nice thing about having Randy. Randy wrote the episode, and it's been in his mind for these 5 years, and we've had rewrites and recasts and things of that nature. So Randy has it in his head what he wants, and then I was there to go, well, yeah, you can do it this way and that way, and then Michael is there to look at the camera and set it up and go, what do you think? What do you think? And that man is just amazing. Actors are one thing, but the actors can take a break and they can do retakes. But the camera guy, he's there from the very first frame to the very last frame. So I just had a new respect for directors of photography, especially Michael Klug, because that man was just amazing. Just amazing.
Well, Gary, have you got a release date in mind for Redemption at Red Medusa?
Oh, I would love to say, soon, but now we have to do the CGI, and that I don't know how long it's going to take us to do that. There's a huge laundry list of the shots that we want just to go along with these outstanding performances. I need that CGI. So, I want to say, by the summertime, that's my soft date is by June is when I would like to have this released.
Fantastic, Gary. Well, all the best, and looking forward to having you back when it is ready to go. But of course, you can't rush art. Well, we are continuing Trekzone live from idea to premiere. There's a very good reason that we're pre-recording my chat today with Randy Wren and Gary Davis. Gary, it's because your beautiful wife and you are celebrating an anniversary, and you thought it was more important to spend time with her than hang out with me on a live stream. Have I got that right?
That is right, yeah. Friday, June 14th is my 10-year anniversary to be married to my lovely wife, Tracy.
So you were a teenage bride then, Gary?
That's right. That's right. Yeah, I was 42.
Oh, wow. Well, congratulations on that. And, of course, we can't forget the other gentleman on the call as well, Randy Wren, Mate, thank you so much for joining in on today's Trekzone live stream.
I'm glad to be here.
Now, gentlemen, 5 years in the making. This fan film has taken up half of your marriage, Gary.
That's right.
This whole idea of Dreadnought Dominion has been bubbling away. How did you finally get onto it and get it done?
Well, we finally got it done because we actually had a set that we'd be able to shoot it, because that was our major stumbling block. After we met at what was the Farragut Studios back in 2013 and 14, our intention was to go right back and film the continuation of the story. And then we didn't have a studio to go to. And then we tried to find other studios, and they fell through. And we did some vignettes in my office and different places. And then, Ray Tessie acquired the sets. And then we had some places we could go. And we finally did it. We had 4 grueling days in February, and we filmed it, got everything we needed.
Fantastic. Now, I believe that it is a partnership between the two of you at the very top at least. Obviously, friends getting together and, and making a fan film. But, Randy, what's it like for you to work on this project for 5 years and to finally have it come to fruition?
Well, I've been looking forward to shooting this thing since immediately after we finished shooting Haunted and releasing Haunted. Haunted dealt with the aftermath of this attack on the ship and how it affected our captain, and it starts like 2 years after the attack, and just covered like the day before we launched into space, and then of course we lost access to the studio, and it had to go on the back burner for a while. It was always in the back of our minds. We've got it. I want to shoot this thing. We got to shoot it. And finish up this story that began with Haunted. And now finally, I'm just so excited, I can't hardly sit still.
Well, it's a beautiful story, and it really, even though this story idea has come from 5 years ago, it's still a beautiful story to even explain away the time that it's taken, because here's this event that happened a while ago with the old captain, so it's all sort of worked together, and it almost doesn't, to people that don't know that it's been 5 years, it just feels like that's just how it's all happened.
Yeah, we've gone through so many iterations of characters. The story was originally written for Commodore Grissom to find the bad guys and punish them, and then Randy had to alter it for myself, and then we had plenty of characters who were going to be returning and couldn't. So, we went through 2 chief medical officers, 2 security officers. We lost our science officer. We had to recast just about everybody. But I was just so thrilled that some of the people that have joined us along the way were able to finish the story with us. And they just added so much to the texture of the story. And we've just become a family. And we just love getting together with our family and making Star Trek. That's what we like to do.
That's what it's all about. The one character that I absolutely love, one of the new characters that I loved, was the CMO.
Yes.
Her brashness, her ability just to tell the captain to shut up and get some sleep. Spoiler. I don't think that's a big spoiler alert, but it's beautiful, and it's so well done to know that you're all just Star Trek fans and friends. There's no professional actors here, is there?
No, I'm nowhere. I hesitate to call myself professional.
Well, fantastic, guys. I think we should let the people have what they want, which is the world premiere of Redemption at Red Medusa. I think I should pass it over to you guys to give a little bit of a plot summary, a bit of a synopsis without giving too much away before we dive headfirst straight into the fan film.
I'm going to let the writer do that.
Okay, so after the events of Haunted, when we launched into space, it's been a couple of years, and we went through, our first captain left us, and we've got a new one, and now we're out in space, and we receive a mysterious SOS signal on an old, outdated frequency that hasn't been used in years, and then someone realizes that it's the exact same signal that led us into a trap so many years ago. And now we're going to meet up with those same foes and see if we can come out with a different outcome.
Fantastic. Well, here we go. The world premiere of Redemption at Red Medusa starts right now.
Put the starboard nacelle on the view screen. Don, get out of there.
Solid breach. I couldn't repair it.
Commander, the nacelle you're in is losing its structural integrity. Emergency bulkheads are closing. Get out of there now.
Not a chance, sir. Failure is imminent.
Transporter room, this is Denson. Can you get a lock on Chamberlain and beam him out of there?
No, sir. There's too much radiation. I can't find him.
Don, open the door. That's an order.
With all due respect, sir, the needs of the many outweigh the...
Don!
I didn't mean to scare you. I buzzed. When you didn't answer, I got worried.
I'm sorry, Doctor. Is there something I can do for you? Does sickbay have everything that you need?
It does. The only thing it's missing is you. You had an appointment an hour ago for a routine examination, remember?
I'm sorry, Doctor. I lost track of time. I've been studying these records. They're so complete, so concise. But
what?
But they don't tell me what the hell really happened.
Jason, when is the last time you had any sleep? If you don't get some rest, I'm going to have to take you off duty and put you on medical leave.
Doctor, whoever or whatever attacked this ship is still out there. We have got... All right, you're right. I'll get some rest.
Captain to the bridge.
All right. It's just vitamin B. It'll help you stay awake. But as soon as they're done with you, 8 hours of uninterrupted sleep. I mean it. 8 hours.
Captain, the entire crew has been kept in the dark as to our mission. As we have arrived at our destination, wouldn't it be proper to enlighten us at this time?
You're absolutely right. There have been reports of large amount of ships disappearing in this sector.
Could it be the Romulans, sir?
Some of the missing ships have been Romulan, so they've been ruled out.
You know, Taft did mention something about nebulas. Many ships do go missing.
Yes, but not this many. It's like 6 in the last 4 months.
Oh, that is suspicious.
Our mission is to investigate and put a stop to it.
Sir, I'm picking up a distress signal. It's using a very unusual frequency.
Unusual?
It's old, sir. Outdated.
Point of origin.
It's just this side of the Red Medusa nebula, sir.
That's the last known location of Outpost 8.
Captain, the signal, the frequency, is the same as the one Commodore Grissom responded to before he was ambushed.
Are you sure?
Confirmed, sir. It's identical.
O'Brien, how long to get us there at Warp 4?
2.2 hours, sir.
Quincy, laying a course at Warp Factor 4.
Aye, sir. Warp Factor 4.
Communications. Update Starfleet. Taft, Quincy, briefing room.
So, Taft, I have to ask. What is all this?
Been undercover. Secret mission.
Really? Where? Who you spying on?
It's a secret.
Some of you, like me, were not here for the Cromwell Nebula incident. It all started when the ship received a distress call on an outdated frequency. When the ship arrived at the coordinates, they were attacked suddenly, without provocation. The ship shook violently, and alarms were blaring.
Chamberlain, take the helm.
Initiating evasive maneuvers.
Engineering, status report.
Warp drive is gone. All I can get you is half impulse.
O'Brien, full phaser spread.
Sir, we have no target.
Fire randomly until you hit something, or the phasers melt down.
Aye, sir.
The plasma flow regulators in the starboard nacelle had failed. We had 18 minutes to replace them. Commander Chamberlain had grabbed a replacement. The last time I saw him, he was headed up there.
And you know the rest. It took Dominion 6 months to get to space dock with the help of the Exeter and the Farragut.
Are we about to fly into the same trap, sir?
It's a possibility. Quincy, Taft, let's continue under silent running. Take us about 50,000 kilometers short of the beacon.
Aye, sir.
Aye, sir.
Doc Farrell.
Aye, sir.
Let's get medical on standby for this.
Aye, sir.
Subspace is eerily quiet, except for that maddening distress signal.
Did I ever tell you about Rear Admiral McTavish Taft of the Royal Scots Navy? He was my great. Anyhow, it was a long time ago. Long before he was an admiral, he was first mate aboard a battleship. During one particular punch-up, the captain abandoned ship. Legend goes that McTavish rallied the men and fought off the privateers. They say he showed no fear, but my father told me the real story. McTavish was scared out of his knickers. He just refused to let it show.
Fear is understandable, but showing it outwardly is counterproductive. It could kill a ship and her crew.
So, here we are, again.
Sir, I must remind you, we are near the neutral zone.
Helm, all stop.
Aye, sir. All stop.
We've got company, sir. Heading 227 Mark 6.
On screen. Magnify.
It's a light freighter, sir. Klingon. The Jorneb.
Sir, loosely translated, Jorneb means warhead.
Open a channel. Hail the Klingon vessel.
Aye, sir.
On screen.
Speak.
This is Captain Jason Brousseau of the Federation Starship Dominion. Who am I addressing?
I am Captain Kachuk, the Imperial freighter Jorneb.
We received a distress call from somebody in this area.
We have broadcast no distress signal. You can rest assured that if we were in distress, we would accept no assistance from Federation Patal.
We would gladly allow you to die a warrior's death.
What treachery is this? Why have you fired upon it?
Report!
Sir, the torpedoes originated inside the nebula.
That's impossible. Instruments can't function well enough inside of a nebula.
Remote targeting, maybe?
Lieutenant Allen, run every scan imaginable on those coordinates and then forward your data to my quarters.
Aye, sir.
Got it! Yes! Fool! I said target the weapons and engine systems only. Now we'll be lucky if there's enough metal left to pay for those torpedoes.
Miscalculation, sir. They were carrying munitions. Our targeting identified their munitions as weapons.
Crewman, I like you. I've always liked you. That is why I'm going to lie and tell your family you died honorably.
Were you infiltrating the Klingons?
Still a secret.
Alan, summarize what we learned from those scans.
Well, we do know that the distress signal is being broadcast by a small beacon. It's a very sophisticated beacon, sir.
How so?
Well, it scans the area looking for any object large enough to be a ship. When it detects a target, it collects the data and then sends it back to a ship that's hidden inside the nebula.
Do you see the filament running from the probe into the nebula? Of course you don't. It's only 3 atoms wide. It's made from a material called hypergraphene.
I've heard of that. It has amazing tensile strength.
My guess is they sit near a large asteroid inside the nebula and avoid detection and then launch the probe. They size up the prey, and if it's worth their trouble, they attack, board the ship, take the whole stonking mess, blow it to bits. No witnesses.
Now, Lieutenant, that scares me how quickly you came up with that.
That's what I'd do if I were a heartless, gutter-snipe pirate scum.
I agree, and if the target is too dangerous, then they destroy it, and they sweep back around and pick up the debris.
Sounds like I need to put on more people in medical, sir.
Yes, I think that'd be a good measure, but hopefully we won't need that.
So what do we do now?
Now, we need to get them on our terms. We need to draw them out and figure out exactly where they're located.
Well, we do have a line that points directly to them. Is there any way we can use that?
My thoughts exactly. Dismissed. Piper, I have a job for you.
Yes, sir.
Have you ever played a string instrument?
Sir?
Sir, I've opened a one-way channel to the unidentified vessel. Let the scare tactics begin.
We're being hailed. Impossible. Should I ignore it then? I'll call a technician to look at the comm system.
This is the Federation Starship Dominion to the unknown alien vessel.
Impossible!
You will proceed immediately to the coordinates I'm transmitting now. Failure to comply will result in your destruction. This will be your only warning. Only warning.
Sir, the coordinates you gave them are in the opposite direction from where we are.
Yes, I know. Quincy, move us in slowly.
Aye, sir. 1/4 impulse.
Lieutenant Allen, I'm curious. Exactly how did Lieutenant Piper calculate the length of that filament?
It was an actual stroke of genius on her part. We can calculate the frequency modulation of the string based on the material makeup and the length of the string. So what we did is hit the filament with a blast from the deflector dish.
So then you had all the variables except for the length of the string.
Which was easy to calculate at that point.
Bloody brilliant.
Here they come.
Red alert. Shields up.
Weapons on. They're headed for the neutral zone.
Plot an intercept course. Ready tractor beam.
Entering neutral zone.
We're in tractor beam range, sir.
Engage tractor beam.
Romulan ship decloaking, sir.
They're raising shields.
I'll stop.
Shall I put some space between us, sir?
No, Commander. Just hold your position.
Aye, sir.
Sir, we're being hailed.
On screen. This is Captain Jason Brousseau of the Federation.
You have captured a Romulan vessel in neutral space. You have no jurisdiction here. Release it immediately.
The crew of that vessel is responsible for interstellar crimes. That makes it our jurisdiction.
Captain, these men have no honor. They are wanted for many crimes within the Romulan Star Empire as well. Captain, perhaps we can come to some form of compromise. You see, my men have discovered something you might find very interesting aboard that ship. We're sending you the coordinates now. You have my word that it is small, weak, harmless.
Transport an unknown package from a Romulan ship? Do you think I'm some sort of idiot?
Our shields are down. Scan it if you like. Unless, of course, you are afraid.
Lieutenant Allen, run a thorough scan of those coordinates. Taft, transporter room.
Our readings confirm earlier scans, Captain.
Definitely human. Human. All right, Chief. Whenever you're ready, energize.
Aye, sir.
Commander,
Commander, are you alright?
Be sure to check him for anything foreign they might have placed inside. No offense, Commander.
None taken.
Let's get him to sick bay.
Don't try to move, Commander. We'll have you in a nice warm bed in no time. Chief Marks, I want a medical team. Let me have 2 grams of adrastisine.
Yes, Doctor.
I'll tell you, when I beamed in, I could not believe I was back.
Seconds after the nacelle broke away,
They beamed me over and started torturing me, and they wanted information. I wouldn't give it to them. They gave up and just started torturing me for fun. Can't wait to see the Commodore again, and I am damn glad to be back.
Glad to have you back, Commander. You rest now. Welcome home.
What an absolutely cracking fan film, exemplifying exactly what I mean by fan films done right. No mess, no fuss, no business model, no lengthy crowdfunding campaigns. They just got in and got it done. It did take 5 years, but that's okay. It's not perfect, but it's not trying to be. Gary, Randy and their entire team have done a bang-up job, and like I said, to have stuck it out for 5 years, wow. Kudos to them. Of course, you'll be able to watch Redemption all over again on the Dreadnought Dominion YouTube channel from tomorrow. I'll put a link to it in the video description when it goes live. The guys are on Facebook too, so jump over there and follow them for the latest. But stick around here because the guys will be back to wrap this all up.
Come on, really?
Well, gentlemen, we have just watched a fantastic fan film shot on the Neutral Zone Studio sound stages on board the Dreadnought Dominion. It's finally out there now, guys. How is that feeling?
Yes, we finally get out into space. I mean, for so many years, we so much while we were in dry dock and getting ready, and then we had a production, and we even made fun of ourselves that we hadn't gotten out there.
Yeah, the captain says it's like we've been in dry dock for 5 years. You know, it's supposed to be a demonstration, but really in reality, it was the truth.
That's exactly right. So we finally get to put the pedal to the metal and get out there in space and do some damage.
It is absolutely incredible. The one thing that I love is that Sam Cockings, I believe, has come on board as the CGI guy.
Wow.
How amazing is he?
He is amazing. And, he dove right into our project when we contracted him. And he was just like a fourth partner. It's Randy and I, and then we have a third partner, Michael Klug. He is our director of photography. And Sam, he just kind of joined us as an unofficial fourth partner. And he was coming up with ideas, and he was critiquing the stuff that we did and said, hey, it'd look cool if you did this. So this project would not have been the same without Sam Cocking's input, and it's extremely hard work.
Yeah, you would think that being as good as he is and being as popular as he is, that there would be some element of being a diva, and there was absolutely none. It was like, what can I do to make you happy? What do you want? And he tried his best to deliver. And I think he delivered pretty darn well.
Oh, gosh, yes.
And the depth of his knowledge as well is just incredible. For someone that is self-taught in the art of visual effects, I think he's just incredible in the way that he can conceptualize and visualize the shots, even in a pre-viz stage, is just incredible. And as you say, he really does. He works his way into your heart and becomes the partner that you didn't know you needed.
Right.
Now, of course, the other gentleman that we have to thank for getting Redemption done, of course, besides everyone that worked on the film, is Ray Tessie.
Yeah.
And those beautiful sets down there. How great was it to be able to go down there and just be a part of those sets?
It was great, and Ray is always the consummate host and gentleman, and just makes us feel welcome down there. And I first came into the picture with the studio when they needed a replacement captain's chair. So I was never more honored and privileged to build that chair. And I finally got to sit in my chair for that show. So that was a thrill. And, I've added a few more set pieces. So just to see my props on his set, and I'm never so more thrilled. And now I'm seeing other fan films using my props that are part of the texture of that set, and I'm giddy as a school kid when I see it. I love seeing other captains in my chair. I love seeing other people use my viewer, and it's great. So I'm going to continue making things for Ray, and he'll have a home for people to make their dreams come true.
And Randy, what's it like for you as a writer to know that you've got these standing sets available, that you can hurry up and make the next Dreadnought Dominion, but knowing that these standing sets are there and available, how does that help you?
It takes the guesswork out. I don't have to worry about where are we going to film, or are we going to film in Gary's basement? Not that that's a bad thing. Or, Oklahoma.
I've seen photos. Maybe it is a bad thing.
Yeah.
It's a Romulan ship down there.
I tease.
Yeah, so it's great knowing that whatever I write, I can write for any set, practically any room on the ship, and we can do it. So we've as a matter of fact, Gary didn't mention that when we were down there last time shooting Red Medusa, we also shot the ship side scenes for the next episode called The Heist. And then we shot the planet side scenes in North Carolina a couple of weeks ago.
So there is another Dreadnought Dominion on its way.
Oh, yeah, and we've got another script that we're hoping to do sometime early next year.
You guys are just getting in and getting stuff done.
I
think you're going to be up there with the likes of Aaron Vanderklay, turning out these films once a year or once every 9 months or something.
That's our goal.
There's a dedication involved.
That's a wonderful goal. A couple of years, that's great. And maybe a couple of shorts on top of that.
Definitely.
So you're obviously having fun doing all of this.
We really are.
Fantastic, guys. Well, it has been an absolute thrill to host today's Trekzone live stream and bring the world redemption at Red Medusa. I thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to do that. It has been a thrill to stay with you and watch this film and just watch the whole thing come together for you. I'm so happy for you.
Well, thank you very much for having us. We were thrilled.
And guys, you'll have to come back when the heist is ready to go. All right?
Absolutely.
Definitely. We're doing the post-production right now, and Randy's putting all that footage together, and we'll definitely give you the first preview.
Well, fantastic, guys. Really looking forward to the next one, but of course, let's enjoy Redemption at Red Medusa right now for at least the next couple of weeks before we start talking about new stuff.
Definitely.
Right, we're busy.
Fantastic. Thanks very much, Gary Davis and Randy Wren.
You're welcome. Very much.
Well, that's the way we do Trekzone Lives from idea to premiere. Thanks for sticking around on today's show. Next week, we're off to Perth to revisit Aaron Vanderklay's extensive catalogue of Star Trek fan films. A huge thanks to Gary, Randy, and the entire Dominion team for their efforts on Redemption at Red Medusa. If you want to watch it again, the link to their watch page will be in the episode description tomorrow when it goes live on Dreadnought Dominion's channel. Don't forget, you can get early access to podcasts, as well as exclusive behind-the-scenes information and details of Trekzone live streams before the rest of the world by becoming a Trekzone member on Patreon. We're fast on our way to becoming a self-sustaining website, but we need your support. Become a member today and help Australia's unofficial home of Star Trek get even better. If membership isn't your thing, you can always keep up to date with Trekzone by following us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, as well as subscribing to the YouTube channel and podcast feeds. We're everywhere. Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Spotify, TuneIn. We're all there. If we're not on your favourite app, drop me an email and I'll see what I can do. Leave comments, react to posts. It all makes us feel good on the inside. I very much am looking forward to next week's live stream with Aaron Vanderklay. Again, just another film producer that gets in, gets it done, and moves on to the next project. There's no business models. There's no extended crowdfunding campaigns. No mess, no fuss. Just get in, get it done, release it to the world, and move on to the next project. Sadly, Aaron is wrapping up his Star Trek fan films, and of course, Trekzone will be there to bring you all of the details of his last endeavour. Fan films live here. This is Trekzone, Australia's unofficial home of Star Trek.